Right, first things first, this and the other recording that I've done of the original Animal Crossing are quite flickery. I don't know why it is, but it just is. Anyway, so I'll come into the insect room first, and I do mean insect, not bug. Bug is not a slang term for an insect, but that's enough of my nerdiness. So you can kind of have a look at all the insects in here and stuff. And there's a flickery screen, so I'm gonna go run away! And then the camera's gonna zoom out, and I'm gonna chase a cockroach in a second. Okay, that was a bit short. I'm probably gonna chase it later on. No, actually, no, not probably. I am gonna chase it later on. Anyway, I'm apparently not allowed to step on my own cockroach, and then a mosquito bites me, and that itches. And then a dragonfly lands on my head, which is kind of funny. And then the screen flickers again. And... spider! Run away! So I'm just gonna walk by nice and slowly. Slowly. Don't look at it. Don't look at it, you idiot! Come on. Don't look. Just walk away. Pretend it doesn't exist. Pretend it doesn't... And then they run away. So now we're at the top, and... yeah, there's kind of like... beetles fighting each other, and ants on the grass, and stuff. There's like butterflies flying around, and more beetles fighting each other. And then the screen's gonna go all flickery. I think. Yeah. So now I kind of run away, and it's still flickery, it's still flickery, and it's still flickery. And then the spider comes out of the tree again, but I'm not scared of it anymore, because I've just walked around. And now I chase the cockroach again. Okay, that was a premature end, but I'm gonna go into the paintings room because I cannot be bothered to chase a cockroach anymore. So now this is a rather unimpressive paintings room even. Because it's only half full. In fact, it's the only room in this museum that isn't full. Because paintings are really hard to get in this game. Nook barely carries any, and Red only comes like once a month, and he's not actually guaranteed to have any. But you'll never get a fake, so there's an upshot. So yeah, most of these pictures are really low quality, and I'm really persistent on showing you this one here, because I cannot, or at least I couldn't until I knew what it was, work out what it was. I don't know why, it just looked like the Leaning Tower of Pisa to me. I'm going to get a shot of it in a bit, once the screen stops flickering. So I'm just going to like go back and forth until it stops, and then I'll mess with the camera just to try and get a good angle. And there it is. You can very faintly make it out. I thought it was the Leaning Tower of Pisa at first, but now that I know what it is, it looks nothing like the original. I mean, it looks very slightly like the original. If you know what it is, you might recognise it, but if you don't know, you've got no chance. So I come into the fossil room, and I zoom in on the Apatosaurus, which happens to be the biggest dinosaur in this room. So I zoom out, just because you can't see it. And then they're going to zoom back in again, so look at this amber. If you look very faintly, there's like an outline of a crawfish or some kind of prehistoric insect in there. I couldn't quite work out what it was. I think it's a crawfish, but I don't know. And then there's a mammoth staring at it with its cold, empty, dead eyes. And there's a Triceratops, which I'm going to show you just because it's a Triceratops, and a Petrosaur. And there's a T-Rex that I like to call Mark. Anyone who gets that reference, well done. There's a Stegosaurus, and then a Plesiosaur's head comes into shot, and I'm just going to show you the rest of its body. And believe it or not, these are all your fossils in the original. Just 25. Not 50-something like you get in the other two games. So now we're coming to the fisherman. If you look very faintly on the left of the TV screen, you can actually see an outline of me. If you're not bothered about looking at me, look at all these fish swimming against the current in a very small tank. Look, they're all swimming the same way. And then I move on to this tank instead, because it's a piranha wants to either kiss me or eat me. Either way, I'm probably going to end up in that tank tonight. Either in the bed or on the dinner table. I don't really know which, and I don't really want to find out either. So I'm just going to run away. Slowly run away. And there's a giant catfish, which is like a catfish, only bigger and giant. And it's not actually that giant. And then I'm going to look at a frog on a lily pad, because frogs live on lily pads. And then I'm just going to show you around this fish tank, and there's nothing really going on in this one. It's really boring. And here's the ocean fish tank, full to the brim of, wait for it, 6 fishes. Well, maybe 5 if you don't count the jellyfish as a fish, actually. And then the salmon actually is a river fish. So, yeah. And there's the coelacanth. Hey, just coming into shot. So, I'm gonna say goodbye now. From all these fishies, goodbye.